Yo, still Mills, what's the deal, man? I'm heading home. Niggas still driving. And I just want to talk about something, man. So peep game, man. We gotta talk about my money, my fucking, it's a lot of it was not speculation, but it was, quite a few people, they were suggesting Deontay Wilder fight Anthony Joshua, to get that fight over the line. And I'm just like this, bro. That's just not a fight that I've ever been interested in, or I'm no longer interested in. I honestly never thought Deontay Wilder would beat Anthony Joshua. I never thought that. I think Deontay Wilder, due to the quality of fighters that he was fighting, it wasn't the cream of the crop. And because of that, it's, just when when they have to go out of their way to blow up the win of a boost up Luis Ortiz's his prestige in that division, when they had to go out of their way, when they had to go through hell and high water to boost this dude's reputation up, he's the boogeyman of the division and yada yada yada, just to give Deontay Wilder, just to make Deontay Wilder's win over him that much more legitimate. I thought that shit was ridiculous, because Luis Ortiz has never been the boogeyman of the division. He's never been that. Matter of fact, he's turned down drama. But nonetheless, it was a good win. But was it better than a Dillian White? No. Was it better than a Joseph Parker? No. Was it better than Andy Ruiz? No. Was it better than even a Charles Martin? Well, you can say that it is, because he ended up knocking out Charles Martin. But that, but even, outside of that, is it better than Otto Wallin? Is it better than now that I'm talking about this dude, I'm getting, I'm drawing a blank. It damn sure wasn't better than no Klitschko. But I never thought Deontay Wilder I never thought he'd win that fight. And I think less of it now, man. Like, I didn't see the fight in its totality, but I did see the footage of it, man, and it's just like, nah, man, just the sharpness isn't there. Nothing is there. But one thing I will say is, I do like that, even with Malik Scott, and I don't know who his new trainer was, I do like that they're trying to add layers to his game. I respect that shit. But it's just a little bit too late, because old habits die hard. It's like when Malik Scott, when they game plan for Tyson Fury in the trilogy. We're going to tap the body. All right, cool. What did Wilder come out doing? Stab, jab into the body. Stab, jab to the body. Stab, jab to the body. Throw the two off for the jab to the body. And it worked for like 45 seconds. And then he went back to headhunting. You dig? It's too late to start trying to heighten your IQ and add wrinkles to your game. It's just a little too late in the game for that for him. But I like what I was seeing on, with the mitt work and everything. I like what I was seeing. Even like, with Zhilei Zhang. I thought he looked sharpest in there. I personally thought he looked sharper in there with Zhilei Zhang than he's ever looked. He was a lot more active with his jab. It was a lot more technique on the jab. It was, the way he was utilizing the jab, he was looking to score. He was looking to use the jab to score, not to necessarily blind you to get the right hand off. You dig? I thought he looked good in there for as long as the fight lasted. But it was just a little bit too late to get the dude to start developing technique. It was just too late. So I'm not convinced that he knocked dude out. I'm like, nah, man, you just don't, nah, bro. Because while I don't like saying prime, Anthony Joshua is closer to his prime, because I don't think he is. But the thing is, you don't have to be in your prime to be dominant. Canelo isn't in his prime, and he's dominant in the division. Usyk damn sure ain't in his prime, and he's dominant in the division. You don't have to be at your prime. Floyd and Manny were dominant fighters in their divisions when they was no longer in their prime. So you don't got to be in your prime to be dominant. You don't have to be. So I don't think that he's it's not about him being closer to his prime. He still has some. I think he has a little bit more to offer in the sport than Deontay Wilder does at this time. But he's even talking about retirement. So I don't know, man. I'm not excited about seeing Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I think the fight is past due. It's kind of unnecessary now, bro. Just sometimes you just got to listen to the universe. It's just not a fight that's supposed to happen. When you turn down money, the biggest career payday that bro, he would have never had to fight. He could have retired after he fought Anthony Joshua after he made that 120. Or how his fans like to say Anthony Joshua isn't on that, he wasn't on that contract. All right, cool. He could have retired after he fought whoever it was that Eddie Hearn was allegedly trying to plan him to fight, since it wasn't Anthony Joshua. He could have retired after that. He could have retired after that and rolled off into the sunset, but he didn't. And then they try to revisit it, and all you got to do is beat Joseph Parker. You can't beat Joseph Parker, so now here the fuck we are. I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. I think the fight that we need to see is Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Both of them are coming off of losses. Of course, Fury's loss isn't nearly as bad as what Anthony Joshua's was, but they're both coming off losses nonetheless. And there's no better time than now to get them two in the ring, Brody. I think we can... Like Anthony Joshua and, Deontay Wilder, could you sell that in the UK? Yeah, you can sell that in the UK. I think you could, but I think because Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are about at the tail end of their careers, it could look like Amir Khan and Kell Brook, how their careers was. And like, it just, when they decided to finally fight each other, how big and massive of a fight that was. You could potentially do that with them two. And that's a fight that I'm a lot more interested in, because it's a lot more intriguing. It's a lot more intriguing, both of them being Brits. The backstory, it's backstory with Deontay Wilder as well, though, but it's just like, nah, man, just that shit. I don't think it would be, I think it'd be less competitive than what it would have been 5-6 years ago. Because as I just said, I never thought that Deontay Wilder would beat Anthony Joshua. I never thought that. Fury and Joshua, I think Joshua is still fresh enough to where that's going to be a tough fight for Tyson Fury. That's going to be a tough fight for him. That's going to be a tough fight for him. And there's just no better time than to do it now, man. All the back and forth banter between the two of them. Let's get the two niggas in the ring, man, and make some shit happen. There's it's not like y'all have anybody in the scope. We don't need no build up. Just announce the fight and get in the fucking ring. Have Turkey set that shit up. Who cares that both of y'all are coming off of losses? It is what it is. Niggas lose every day, B. Fuck it. Get in the ring. Let's line them two up. Who I would like to personally see Deontay Wilder fight for his curtain call, Derek Chisora. Both of them are about to ride off into the sunset. Derek Chisora is about done, man. Like, he got 2 good wins over Otto Wallin and Joe Joyce when he was the underdog going into that fight. He's riding high right now. And Deontay Wilder is fresh. He's had his first win since in 2-3 years. Make that fight happen. That would be a dope fight for both of y'all to ride off into the sunset with. But I just don't think we need Wilder and Joshua, dog. We do not need that fight. We really do not need that fight. For what? Why? For what? We don't need that fight, gang. We don't need that fight. We do not need that fight. I can't say that enough. If they did fight, would I watch it? Yeah, of course. It's Anthony Joshua. I fuck with AJ. But I just think it wouldn't be competitive. It would not be competitive. It would not be competitive, man. Nah, man. Just looking at just what I'm seeing, man. Just looking at the technique, is just he's still slapping with the hook, the windmills, and I'm like, nah, bro. We don't need to see this. Don't need to see this, man. So just give me Anthony Joshua versus Fury. Give me Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora. I mean, all of you dudes is y'all about to usher yourselves out anyway, man. You got fucking you got the Moses Itama coming up, Joe Laloff coming up, Ajit Kabayel. You got Joseph Parker. I think he may be in his late 20s or early 30s. Daniel Dubois is only 28. Ricardo Torres, Justice Hooney, Fabio Wardley, Frazier Clark, David Adelaide. These is dudes. This is the newer generation of heavyweights. They're coming into prominence right now, man. So it's like, yo, man, just y'all going ahead and pack it on up and just let the young, let the New Jacks do what it is that they do. Let the New Jacks, take the reins. and y'all just ride off into the sunset and do what it is that y'all do. So yeah, man, I'm not in. A lot of people I've heard quite a few people say or mention Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, and I just do not want to see that shit. I do not want to see that shit because it's just such a pointless fight. We don't need it. We don't need it, man. You know, Anthony Joshua is, you know, he at least fought Daniel Dubois, he was a champion when they fought. Deontay Wilder's fall from grace is so wild that, you know, you fighting I think Richard Torres fought this dude. You did from where I was listening to the Boxing Wave, and Richard Torres had fought this dude. That's what I'm like, what? Richard Torres fought this dude? I had never heard of this dude before. You know, that's just, nah, man. That ain't the move. That ain't the move. So just go on ahead and hang it up. Go line it up with Derek Chisora if you're gonna line it up with somebody. And Deontay and Joshua fight Fury, yo. Doses.